सही सुना आपने कि ये है बहुत बड़ी खबर आप सभी ही नहीं बल्कि खासकर कटरीना कैफ के फैंस के लिए। सभी जानते हैं कि सभी को इंतजार है कटरीना कैफ और सलमान की शादी का, लेकिन फिलहाल दोनों शादी के मूड में नहीं है। फिलहाल अपनी करियर को आगे बढ़ाने के साथ देश के लिए नाम कमाने के लिए तैयार है सलमान संग कटरीना। हाल ही में सलमान खान को एपी फिज का ब्रांड एम्बेसडर चुना गया, तो वहीं सलमान संग अब कटरीना का नाम भी एक फेमस ब्रांड को लेकर ब्रांड एम्बेसडर चुने जाने को लेकर चर्चाओं में है। जी हाँ, कटरीना कैफ अनाउंस की गई है ब्रांड एम्बेसडर फॉर एजुकेट गर्ल। वाला आपको बता दें, जिससे जुड़े एक इवेंट पर कटरीना पहुंची और वहां उन्होंने तमाम तरह की बातें की है लड़कियों की सुरक्षा को लेकर, उनके एजुकेशन को लेकर। तो सुनिए क्या क्या कहा कटरीना ने। साथ ही साथ हम आपको बता दें कटरीना सलमान दोबारा पर्दे पर फिलहाल नजर नहीं आएंगे, लेकिन पर्दे के पीछे उनकी दोस्ती अब भी बरकरार है। ऐसे में उम्मीद खत्म नहीं होती दोनों की शादी की।
Well, I think I have the most wonderful example of when it comes to, taking up social causes in the correct way with my mother. My mother from the last, as long as I can remember, has always been involved in charitable causes, different charitable causes. But as of the last few years, she has been working, which, I've spoken about a bit on my social platforms. She's been working with this amazing school, which she's built from the ground up, called Mount View School, and this is in Madurai. And the thing that's so wonderful about the school is the teachers, everyone involved in it is actually from the local community, trained by her because she is a teacher. And I guess that's where, for me, the personal connect with this charity really happened, with Educate Girls. So when Safina contacted me about Educate Girls, we do get a lot of people contacting us, to be very honest, because any cause, any charitable organization, they need that voice for the exact reason which Safina just said, which is that you do get a lot of doors slammed in your face when you're trying to change the mindset. Right. See, it's not just about the tangible resources, it's not just about the physical resources. It's about changing the mindset of the people who don't see the importance of sending their girls to school, who don't have the mindset that boys and girls are equal. And that's still, although we may hear in the metros, and especially now it's become, we hear a lot of talk about it, about equality in our world, that's not necessarily what life is like in what we would call rural India, in the interiors of India. It's that maybe just because we're seeing and talking about it amongst ourselves, it's a great place to start. But what Safina is actually doing is on the grassroots level, from the ground up. She's going into the communities with her team, with Team Balika, not going in saying, this is what I think, so this is the right way, and trying to enforce her or our opinion, where I'm sure everyone in this room is of the opinion that, girls must be educated, that every child must have an education. But she's trying to first go and talk to them in a way that they will understand, not be told what to do, whether it's the village leaders, the village elders, the parents, getting people who often are the most educated girls or the most educated boys from the local communities to join Team Balika, who then go into that community. So whether it's not an unknown like Safina, it's someone from the community saying, Auntie, can we talk to you for a minute? Or someone who's recognizable to them and saying, these are the reasons and these are the benefits that you must send your daughter to school. Although it sounds on many levels like this is, starting again from the basics, this is still what is happening, and this is still what we, in my opinion, is the number one thing to address, and that is, for me, everything starts with education. Knowledge is power, and when you have that power, you have self-confidence, you have belief in yourself, you then can become empowered to start even thinking about what you want. Today, the girl which Safina is talking about, today she wants to be a teacher. But she knows she wants to be a teacher because she has that education. Without education, she might not even know what she wants. She might not even have that self-awareness to start thinking about what she wants.
How do you plan to amplify this message, to take this message forward of educating girls?
So, honestly, when I think anyone takes up a cause like this, what I really honestly believe to be my, or what I try to do, or what I believe that is my responsibility to do, is to garner and to gather the awareness.
Right.
So for example, someone like Safina, who probably to most of you in this room, although we probably are quite known to each other, I probably recognize almost all of you in this room, you probably don't know who Safina is. This is her child, this is her baby, this is something she's worked passionately on since 2005. And sometimes, although maybe even she would prefer someone who's working with her 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, sometimes you need that voice to get the awareness. You need that voice to get the spotlight onto the cause. Right. Now, what my responsibility to do is to make sure that I give that voice to a cause which I believe in, to the best of my ability, is delivering what they're promising to do, and is really trying to make a difference, and who has their heart in the right place, and is delivering what they say they can do. And the reason, again, why I think for me, Safina and Educate Girls are doing that is because of the way they're addressing and targeting the issue. We all know that education is important. We all know that, boys and girls and the girl child, the boy child must be seen and treated as equal in every household. We all know that. But what they are doing is they're addressing it in a very tangible way. They're starting by changing the mindsets of the village, one village at a time, one community at a time. It may not be in the numbers of hundreds of millions, but I know that's what her target is. I know she wants to grow Team Balika, and she wants that number of 11,001 of today. She wants that number to become 300,000 in a year or two. She wants that every community has this group of youth that have a voice, who are speaking to the elders, who are speaking to the leaders in that village, saying that we must send every child to school. We must send every female child to school. And to have that, if she believes and if I believe that, me being part of Team Balika is also a bit of an encouragement to them, right, to the team itself in some way, and is also saying that, this is important. It's underlining for them the fact that this is important, and their efforts are not going unnoticed. Their efforts are being acknowledged. It is the work they're trying to do is making a difference, and that's in my own small way. If I can achieve that, then I'm very happy.
Have you ever been subjected to that prejudice, or what's your opinion on this whole perception around actors, especially female actors?
Sorry, I'm not completely understanding what you're saying. If you're referring to, sometimes I personally have seen when it enters into political matters or matters of government, things like that, I think a lot of actors, because they are not in politics, they don't feel the need to comment, and they genuinely don't want to comment. There's a big difference between having an opinion in your home, between speaking about it on a public platform, or between having an opinion for a social cause like this, like Educate Girls. To me, there's a big difference. I won't speak on behalf of anyone else because there's so many different situations and every person is different, so I won't speak for anyone else. But for me personally, there are a lot of times that I don't feel the need to comment on a topic. Doesn't mean I don't have an opinion on it, just means that perhaps it's not the right time or place. When there are certain causes, see, this to me is not politics. Educate Girls is not politics. This is a social cause. This is a humanitarian cause. This is a cause that I believe in. I have an opinion on the topic, thus I've joined hands with Safina, who I think has the knowledge, has the power, has the potential, and she has the power, I mean by that, because she has the knowledge. She's done her background work on it. She's been working on it since 2005. I've looked at their work extensively. I believe in what she's doing. And thus, I've joined hands with her to try and shed light on this topic, which for me, honestly, very frankly, is not a lot of hard work. I just come every now and then. Perhaps we want to do some field visits, do a few things, but the main work, the hard work, is being done by Safina, by Educate Girls, by their team, by Team Balika. So for me, honestly, it's actually, I think, just a privilege in a way to be able to just lend my support to them. And if that helps them in some way, then that's outstanding.
How do y'all keep them motivated? And what is their geography that they cover? Only the village, or do they go out? These are the two questions I have.
I don't believe you need to have a movie to take this cause further, or to spread the awareness of this cause. There are many ways we can do it, although a movie on it, and sometimes a message which comes non-judgmentally or non-forcefully, and it comes, organically in via an entertaining form, as in a movie, is an amazing way to get the message across. And if someone makes a movie like that, that's absolutely outstanding. Although I think sometimes without underlining exactly what you're trying to say, I don't know if you've seen Secret Superstar. So Secret Superstar had, to me, that message. That was definitely the message that got across. A young, talented girl who is being stopped from fulfilling her dreams because society and you know, the world around her, the society around her is not allowing her to do that. So for me, there are movies being made like that. It doesn't necessarily need to be a movie just about the classroom. But this messaging coming into our movies, I do think is a great way to take the message further into society. As you said, we all love movies, and that's a great way to get people to kind of get their attention on the topic. Let's let Safina just address that one.
Yeah, sorry. I think it's a really good question, is to say, why is it that Team Balikas are doing this, you know, in today's world, to be working for free somewhere. But you know, the Team Balikas, they work only in their own village. So they're much more connected with the community because this is their village, right? And a lot of them feel that they get so much respect. From, you know, people will say, "Arey, ye to kuch nahi karta tha, ghar baithta tha." But now, you know, he's like, the kids also call me teacher. The kids, everybody gives you respect, right? Because you have put yourself out for other people. Team Balikas का एक नारा है, मेरा गाँव, मेरी समस्या, मैं ही समाधान. So they really follow that, saying it's my village, it's my problem, and I am the solution. So that is what, and really they're very, very mission-driven. They're passionate about this cause, and that's why they do what they do.
I think in that sense also it gives them a purpose. You know, every human being, every person needs a sense of purpose. And the fact that something like Team Balika can give the youth of these, you know, in these villages, in these communities, can give them that sense of purpose. I mean, that's, I think like you said, it just gives them that sense of achievement.
Fulfillment and achievement, yeah. And a lot of the Team Balikas will say, they say, you know what, I know that when that child grows up, they're going to remember me. That I would have had some impact in their life. And how many of us can say that, you know? And how many of us remember from our own childhood saying, "Arey, wo teacher bahut achhi thi. Uski wajah se to main math pass ho gaya, varna to main maths pass hi nahi hota." We have seen that people have made an impact in our lives, and therefore our lives have changed and become different. And the same way, I think Team Balikas today are playing that role for, you know, millions of children.
I actually think, just last night I saw Hichki, the film, which is coming, Rani's film. That film actually talks about this a lot, although it's not just for girls. In that film, it's the girls and boys who are, you know, I guess come from an underprivileged background who she's speaking about in that film. But that does take up that topic, and you will get that feeling, you know, when you see that.
Subscribe and press the bell icon for latest update.